Welcome with Healthy Lifestyle with Lorianne. I am Lorianne Casdia. Our goal here at Healthy Lifestyle is to inspire, educate, and empower you to fulfill a healthy, emotional, spiritual, and physical life so you can feel empowered to live the life you have always wanted and dreamed. Welcome to the show. We're so happy to have you here. I am a transformational success coach, a #1 international best-selling author, award-winning inspirational speaker, and humanitarian. And I love illuminating, educating, inspiring, empowering, and igniting people to find and embrace their life purpose, live their highest vision, and forge a strong foundation to soar to success. Find more information about how to work with me and my team. Visit us at ldcstrategies.com or loriannecasdia.com. Today on Healthy Lifestyle, we're going to give you some verbal caffeine to light you up with possibilities. On the show today, we have our dear friend, Bessie Estonactoc. Hopefully I said her name right because I always mess up her last name, but she is an unbelievable human being, founder and CEO of Bessie Estonactoc LLC, with a wealth of experience spanning over 20 years as a former counselor and psychotherapist. Her unwavering dedication has been really to empower women. Bessie has been instrumental in helping women effectively manage their emotions, foster trust in their intuition, hail to that, and cultivate inner peace and confidence across all areas of their lives. Presently, as a spiritual coach and hypnotherapist, Bessie directs her energy towards supporting professional spiritual women in rediscovering the core essence of their souls via spiritual hypnotherapy. Bessie assists women in understanding how life changes, past and present, having influenced their present lives. Bessie upholds the belief that our purpose in this earthly existence is to learn profound soul lessons that enable us to remember who we are on a soul level, which can lead to more peace in this life. Welcome to our show, Bessie. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing really well. Thank you so much for having me, Lorianne. Truly appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
So happy to have you here. It is so nice to be in the presence of you because you have the same kind of direction that I have, making sure we empower people so that they can become the best version of themselves. So let's start down a trail. Let's get to know our Bessie and what your journey was. How did you get where you are today?
Yeah. Okay. So from even my adolescence, I just felt super sensitive, really, really sensitive. And, I didn't know what an empath was at the time, but sensitive to energy. It's like, why am I seeing spirits? Why am I feeling spirits? Why am I feeling other people's energy? And there was just always something as a young child, like, gosh, there's more to life than this life,
Yeah.
And yeah, there is. And so, my journey was always learning about myself. I went through some challenging times in my own life, but there was always a feeling like, why is this happening? And how can I shift this? What can I do? So my path became, okay, well, I'm going to become a social worker. So I became a social worker because I wanted to help people. And then, but through that time, I was actually taking classes on intuition, just really being able to understand the spiritual side of myself. And then fast forward to, I guess, these last maybe 5 years, I really felt this need to want to be able to help women learn how to be able to balance their life in mind, body, and spirit. Yes. And I want to say spirit, mind, and body, because, we're spiritual beings living in this human body. And I really believe that it's important for us to nurture our spiritual self, our soul self, our light, because when we can really tap into that, then things open up even more as we live our life. So I'm just really excited to be where I am now. I'm a lifelong learner.
And we both, girl.
And I just love I love hypnotherapy for sure. and how it's really changed my life and many other women's lives. So, and excuse the noise if you hear any noise. I have contractors in the background, so just want to.
No, we don't hear anything. It's all
Okay,
good.
good.
So you mentioned hypnotherapy and you said that it changed your life. So how does spiritual hypnotherapy and the soul connect? How does that work? How does that all work? And the next secondary question is, how did it change your life?
Yeah, well, knowing that we're made of energy, everything around us is energy, and we're energetic human beings. I know that deep down inside of me, I with unwavering belief, I know that we are made of this energy. And and I don't know where I have to find out where it is, but when we pass, the weight of our body is actually lighter. So our soul, of course, leaves our body, and we're made of our soul. Our soul is actually a part of who we are, that spirit part of us. And so when we can understand that we are made of energy, but we also have this, this energy field around us.
Sure.
When something happens to us in our life, in say our development or in a past life, part of ourselves, part of our soul leaves. They call it disassociating. It's like it leaves to be able to, because it's like, and we're trying to protect ourselves.
Yeah, it's in the core of our brain. Is we have that section, I don't remember what it's called, but it basically helps us with the fight or flight type of thing. So in order to protect ourselves, we have to have that instinct. Otherwise we'd stand and get hit by a car because we wouldn't know that it's danger and we have to get out of the way, or a bear running at us. We wouldn't know, okay, this is bad. So we have to have those mechanisms in place, which is sheer genius.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And so for myself, knowing that we're made of energy and that I've gone through, different challenges in my life, hypnotherapy has helped me to understand why I was like miserable, feeling like I was blaming everybody. It's their fault. It's their fault that I'm feeling this way. And I had to take ownership. I had to choose for myself that I'm in charge of me and the way that I think, the way I feel, and the way I behave. And so but the realization through hypnotherapy was I had some subconscious thoughts that were driving me in my life, such as fear of even doing this.
Yeah.
Being seen, speaking out, and because of some things that have happened in my life. And once I understood that, and I was able to really access where I call it soul fragments. So being able to find out where those soul fragments were that left because I had to just protect myself, I was able to bring those parts of myself back and be able to have my own energy field lit up even more. Because, that's the thing, is like, we are made of this light. We are made of this energy. And when our soul fragment has left, we want to be able to bring it back. So I just really feel like my soul is really lit up, and I'm just light, made of this beautiful light energy, just like we all are, we all. Yeah.
So I use different languaging. You use energy. I use vibration. Is that all living beings, everything around us even is vibrating at a certain level. Mm-hmm. And so when that vibration is really high, we're feeling these really, really yummy love feelings and satisfied and all these good feelings. When our vibration is low, we're feeling things like anger and depression. And so all those not so good, yummy feelings, right? So it's that not being in alignment with who we are. And that's our soul. That's what you're talking about, is being in alignment with our soul. So I love that vibrational. So what does hypnotherapy do? Like, what is the process for hypnotherapy? If someone's never done it before, walk us through what it's like.
So it is, well, first of all, some people think, oh no, I'm going to lose myself. Oh no, I'm going to be out of control. But truly, I guide people through a very safe process that I've been trained in. And if you think about being in a trance state, we're in a trance state a lot unconsciously. So think about driving from point A to point B, and you get to point B and you go, how did I get there?
Yeah, I don't remember passing such and such.
Yeah.
I've done that. It's almost like daydreaming.
Yes.
Trance state is almost like daydreaming. That's the best way to connect with it. And also when you're just before sleep or just when you wake up, it's in that area, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Even on social media, you can get caught up in that. That's a trance state. You just
Dear God, to my listeners, stop it. Back away from social media. Don't spend a lot of time. 20 minutes max. You're all on.
Yes, exactly.
You're all on 20 minutes max. And then
that's your time limit.
well, only because it sucks you in and then you don't realize time just goes by and you could have been doing something more productive for your life and contributing to other people's lives that way.
Yeah. So you go into a trance state in hypnotherapy, and I guide you through that very, very safely. And what happens is when you're in that really relaxed space, your conscious mind just kind of like relaxes and you're able to go deeper into your subconscious mind. And that's where your intuition can be accessed, old stories, developmental things that have happened to you, all those things within your subconscious. And so when you're in that state of relaxation, you're able to access whatever challenge you're experiencing in your life in the present moment. You're able to access that and just go through the process of understanding where, kind of linking, okay, that's why I've been feeling the way that I'm feeling, because this situation happened. And now I don't feel like I have to be that feeling or that situation, that old story needs to plague me. And so,
well, you're given a choice, because once we see and we recognize it, then we can choose to stay exactly where we are, or we can choose to change it. And that's and either decision is perfectly fine for you. And there's no wrong decision. It's just, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with that decision? It's like, you want to go on vacation. I'm going to minimize it. You're going to want to go on vacation, but you don't know where you want to go. But once you figure out where you want to go, then you have to decide how you're going to get there. You're going to take a plane, a boat, a train, or a car, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like that with hypnotherapy, is that now you're going in there, you discovered what's already, because any experience we have, as I've learned it gets embodied in our cell. We actually experience things at a cellular level where our cells hold on to it. And we don't even realize that that's what's going on. So by going into hypnotherapy, it allows us to identify it and then choose to release it if we so want to release it, or at least could be able to control it, because we now recognize that that's what it is. And now it doesn't hold us back anymore.
Right, right. And what I love about the work that I do is I really am into the chakras, and more often than not, that story or that energy is actually held in one of your chakras.
Yeah. And so the chakras are, for our listeners.
Yes. Oh, okay. So think about, there's 7 chakras in our physical body, and they actually are
like energy fields, right?
They're energy fields, and they're really our soul. It gives our chakras gives us the ability to be living as human beings. And if you think about each chakra, they are like floppy disks full of information about beautiful experiences, challenging experiences, and they're actually held in those areas.
Quick story for to be relatable is, for me, I had a throat chakra issue. I took my own voice away because I had a bad experience when I was 19. I used to sing as a backup singer in recording, when they had recording studios. They still do, but it was when they only had recording studio. Yes, I'm that old. Pipe down, everybody. But so I would I was sitting there, and one day the vice president of this particular recording studio came down and said, "Lorianne, I'd like to speak to you. We'd like to give you a vocal contract and the whole 9 yards." Any woman's, who loves to sing, that's a dream, right? Yeah, a contract, that's great. And of course, went to his office, the whole 9 yards. He made inappropriate remarks, inappropriate actions. And I was like, yeah, no, this is not okay for me. And then suddenly I became from being very talented to not talented. And then I'd never work in the industry again. And I took my voice away from